transformation of these rough pieces of iron will take weeks. At the hands of Frank Schultz, they will be turned into something like this.
I started with just plain iron and shape the piece, and then I add silver, or sometimes gold, sometimes stones.
Schultz's talent for bit and spur making started out of interest and some necessity while managing a cattle station in Australia. In 1990, he moved back to the States with his family. He attended a bit and spur making school in Idaho, then settled down in the Bitterroot Valley, where he would create what has now become a lasting and well-known legacy of work.
I sort of specialized in the early California vaquero style, which was very heavily silvered, and a lot of intricate work in it. If you look at one of my pairs of spurs, it looks like it could have been made back in the 1800s.
Thankfully, he's got some modern technology on his side to speed things up a bit.
Instead of, in the old days, they had to hold an engraver and then hit it with a hammer. Whereas I can do this has got the hammer inside of it, so I can use my other hand to turn the work.
But Frank likes to take his time, allowing his creativity and artistry to shine, and that is what keeps customers coming back. His work is highly prized among cowboys and collectors.
I don't pump stuff out. You know, I'm kind of slow, so there's not a lot of my stuff out there. I guess that makes it more valuable because there's less of it around.
Of course, Frank's just being humble. His work is highly prized, even being featured in this limited edition book. It can also be hard to find. It's scooped up quickly by people more than willing to pay up.
I don't really take orders that much now. I will for people I know well. I mainly kind of just like to make something that I like to make, and then somebody always buys it, so it works out.
This piece was sold a few years back. $4,000 for the bit, and the headstall at least $2,000. Today, it's probably worth even more.
Old style spade bit, and I did the headstall and everything as well. All hand make all these pieces. The bit hangers have got are engraved up like a little snake, and all these the suits of cards on there. I make those.
While this piece mainly hangs on a wall, others show the dirt and grime of a long day in the saddle.
There's a lot of people that have my stuff that don't use it. They just collect it and are keeping it as sort of an investment. But yeah, a lot of my stuff gets used, and that's good to see.
Which happens a lot, since Frank spends a lot of time in the saddle himself, with friends who cherish his bits and spurs, even if he doesn't always remember each of the countless ones he's made.
You know, I used to, but no, now sometimes I'll see something and I'll go, did I make that?
In Victor, Justine Stewart, MTN News.